what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited because we're going to be doing my flawless foundation routine for acne skin, my matte version. This is kind of the foundation routine that I use when my acne is kind of like alive. So if you want to see how I get to my flawless foundation, just keep on watching. So first, of course, you always want to moisturize before you put on your foundation. This is because you could have, whether or not you see it, you could have dry skin cells, you could have hair, you could have all types of stuff kind of laying in a mismatched weird direction, and then you put your foundation or your primer on top of that and it just gets a cakey weird mess where everything's just not right. So you want to make sure your biz is laying correctly and nicely. Do you guys like my hair pom-poms? I'm going to use my Garnier Skin Active Clearly Bright Brightening Smoothing Daily Moisturizer. I've used this for about a week now. It doesn't break me out at all, so that's why I've really been liking it. And it is really smooth. There's a really pleasant scent, but not like a really heavy scent. Let the skin get in all those good ingredients, all that moisture before we go slopping on that makeup. Okay, so now that we've let that settle for a little bit, it's time to move on to primer. Primer really helps the makeup to stick to your face a little bit better. It fills in your fine lines and pores before the makeup does, so your makeup is less likely to look settled and gross within your skin. You know where it like settles and it's so gross, I hate it. This isn't even a primer, but I have found it to be fantastic for priming. This is the Revisions Skincare IntelliShade Original Anti-Aging Tinted Moisturizer, but it is super thick. It is amazing, and it's an SPF 45, so you're getting all your day's coverage and, you know, SPF that you need in here, which is insanely important. So I just take a little dab about that big on my Sigma blending brush here. This is the F82 Kabuki, and I'll just kind of dab it where I'm gonna want that priming, so all over my face. And then just blend it in, and as you can see, it doesn't add a ton of coverage or anything, but it really does blur out the skin, and I think it really helps my acne scars to kind of disappear faster, and it absorbs into your skin so quickly, so it's like now I don't even feel it. Like, it feels like it's gone. There's nothing on my fingers. It is very awesome. For foundation, I prefer to cocktail. I love to mix foundations. I've been getting low on my Estee Lauder Double Wear, and that's kind of why I was starting to cocktail it, because I love this thing so much, and I was like, oh my god, it's so expensive. So I'm gonna have to buy a new one soon. So I was like, let me just start mixing it with other things and see if I can get it to, you know, last a little bit longer. But right now, a current favorite is the Double Wear and the Too Faced Born This Way foundations. I love them together because the Born This Way, it gives you a really beautiful illumination. The Double Wear is so matte and so full of coverage that it really tames it down a bit. So you get just this really light glow. And I get so many questions about this. This is my beauty blender type thing that I use, but it's actually from Ricky's Beauty NYC. I will link them down below. You can buy them if you live in New York City, or you can go on their website. But it looks just like the Beauty Blender, and it really works just like the Beauty Blender, but it's not the Beauty Blender. So I will have it linked down below. And I'll just start stippling. I start on my cheeks because that's where most of my scarring is, where I want the most coverage. So I like to just go there first and kind of take care of that. I'll kind of let the layers dry slightly in between. Now, after our foundation's done, I will take my Anastasia Cream Contour Palette. Now, I just recently got this, but it's definitely become a favorite lately. And mine is the Light palette, by the way, if you're wondering. It's the Light palette. And I like to take a little bit of Java with my new favorite contouring brush. This is the Sigma Chisel and Trim F77. And you just want to find your contour line and just kind of work it. I love this brush, though. This brush makes it really easy to get that, like, Kim Kardashian contour, that really small sharp little line she has. So I'll just kind of play it like that and then blend it in with my Beauty Blender. Wow, it's impossible to keep this Anastasia palette clean, so sorry if my grubby little paws are like all over it. Less is more, and when you think it looks okay, be like, all right, that's good, and we're gonna clean it up with some powder anyway. And then with whatever's left on our F77, I'm going to do a little nose contouring. So I'll kind of just do a slight line there and a slight line there. Try to make my nose look a little thinner, a little right under the lips, make us look nice and pouty. And then let's do some quick lines here. I like to extend a little bit into there. I like a bronzed forehead, you guys know. And then I love to just kind of right there, because in photos I just have one of those faces where like my jawline, I feel like, just blends into my neck and I look insane. I have no better way to explain it. I just feel like it looks like I have like a million chins. So a little bit of shading down here always does me good in photos, definitely. Okay, so now we're gonna take the Sigma P82 brush and I want to go into this guy here, which is called Fair. And I'm gonna bring a little Fair down onto the center of my nose and then a little bit up through here as well. And a little here. And then I like to use the banana shade underneath my eyes. Then I'll take my beauty blender again. By now you might want to give it a little spritz of something. This is L'Oreal Infallible Spray, but you can also just use water or Max Fix Plus, but a little lubrication always does everyone a little good. And then of course, as we've been doing, just start blending in. This is just blends like a dream, this freaking Anastasia Cream contour palette. I really can't believe it. I'm really impressed. So now we're gonna take our Airspun powder. If you guys don't know what this is, I'm sure you do. You can get this at like places like Walmart, and I think Walgreens sells it. It's like $5.99. It's just a translucent powder, and I take it on my beauty blender and then just press it into your highlight points. And then under your contour line, if you want a sharp one, which of course I do. So this is what we consider baking or cooking. You guys are probably very familiar with this term. After you apply all that, you want to let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. I can usually only take like 5 minutes. Like I literally, like I'm so like, I usually have my Drake Pandora going and I'm like, yes. So basically what we're doing right now is we are cooking our concealer in our highlight area. It's going to help to brighten those areas. Once we dust this off, it really is illuminated and it's a lot lighter. It's something about the heat of your skin, cooks the makeup and cooks the powder, and it creates more of a contrast, and it's very technical, but probably not. But it really helps those areas to stand out. So I really like to do this for formal makeup, or I mean, I do it for everyday makeup because I'm a diva. Okay, so now that I'm done baking and harassing my Snapchat fam, I'm gonna grab my Smashbox Photofilter powder, okay? This is the shade number 2. Looks like this. I'm just gonna lightly take some powder on there and then go through and start knocking off that powder. Now I'm gonna grab the Anastasia Contour Kit, the powder version. And first I want to take a little bit of the banana powder, which I literally have none left. And I like to pocket that right here underneath the eyes. This will also help knock over any translucent powder that might still be left there. And I'll grab the Soft Angled Contour F23 brush and this middle guy here. And from there, I'm just going to, of course, top this on top of the contour we already have. And then of course in the temples, because that's my favorite spot in the world, to bronze. As I always tell you guys, like, if you're like just feeling like you look like, I don't know, pale or washed out or just not your best, if you add a little bronzer to your forehead temple area, it changes you, okay? It changes you. This next blush I love, but I want you guys to know it's just a basic pink, so don't, it's limited edition, you probably can't find it anymore unless it's really expensive online or someone's blog selling it. It's from the MAC Toledo collection and it is the Kindergarten Red. It's their ombre pink blush. The only reason why I like it is because it's extremely matte and it's a basic pink. So if you guys think about what I'm saying, it's literally like nothing exciting about this blush. And I'm just gonna take that really above into my cheek. I kind of just hover between my contour and my highlight, I guess, right above. Just like that. And then lastly, I will take a little bit of setting spray, like the L'Oreal Infallible, and do a few spritzes. And when I say spritzes, I mean I drowned myself. And then I'm gonna throw on a lip real quick just because I feel naked. Really wanna use something bright, so I'm gonna do Colourpop's LYCHEE. Is this one of the first shades? Wow. Ooh! Okay fam, and that is it for my updated matte foundation routine for acne skin. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I love you guys. You're my fam. You're the best. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow with another new video. Bye!